I guess you could do. And Jesus, it seems to me, uses unexpected vocabulary to refer to himself. So thinking about how Moses is referred to as sort of meek or humble by Paul, Jesus uses the term, doesn't he? I'm meek and lowly in Matthew 11, and sort of the specific form there of meek or sort of gentle. You could have it as it's quite a rare occurrence. It's used in 1 Peter 3 of a woman, actually. So the wives, they are unbelieving wives, to win over their husband with gentleness, it says, and the idea there, I guess, is of not insistence upon one's own rights, but submission and winning over through humility rather than through sort of outward triumph. And the same actually is in Matthew's quotation of Zechariah 9, behold, your king comes to you gently, and again, it's not how you'd expect a king to come. And so Jesus refers to himself almost in unexpected ways, not the sort of term you'd expect a man to use of himself, and certainly not a Messiah or a king to use of himself. And it's very interesting looking at how rabbinic literature talks about that particular text in Zechariah 9. So one of the things the rabbis are conscious of as they look at messianic prophecy is the way in which some of it refers to a humble Messiah and some of it doesn't. And so there's one dialogue in the Talmud has various tracts, and one of them is called Sanhedrin, and towards the end of it, one rabbi says to another, well, how's our Messiah going to come? Is he going to come on the clouds of heaven, or is he going to come humbly, seated on a donkey? And they pick those two texts because there's a slight play on words. Sort of clouds is anene, roughly. It's really Aramaic, and I said it in Hebrew, but and humbly in Zechariah is let's say ane, roughly, and so basically it's just an extra n in one of them. And so he's saying, is it the clouds or is it humility? And the reply that's given is, if we behave well, he will come on the clouds, but if we don't deserve it, he will come on a donkey. And so it's very interesting that they almost see the fulfillment of Zechariah 9, well, A, is conditional, but B, as a punishment, sort of, that this is seen as a bad thing if our Messiah comes on a donkey. And I guess it very much reinforces how unexpected it was. And remarkable to sort of see. I mean, that's recorded, obviously, post Christ, probably reflected pre-Christ mentality, I would guess.
And it turned out that it both became true, and
right, exactly,
and
yeah.
The mercy of God, that although he did come in a humiliating form, that I guess we thought humiliated him, but actually humiliates us in our response to the true God.
Right.
But then it all turns around, and he's the one that's coming on the clouds to the Ancient of Days, and offers salvation to those who thought that they'd humiliated him, and now have their sort of are embarrassed instead.